Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Just give me a second, please. Please and thank you. I'm also gonna open a drink real quick, so sorry about this as well. There we go. Oh, there we go. And yes, it's opening a drink. I know that's all that's covering the top is a sticker, but still, opening a drink. What the hell's going on? Yes. Yes. Oh, god damn it. I'll be right back. Oh my god. Nothing's happening. You have no proof. Are we streaming? Is the game quiet? Maybe it's a little too early to tell. We'll see. Everything's going wrong. It's already been a minute and 30 seconds. Oh god. Okay. Now I'm ready. Hello everybody, and welcome to Stories: The Path of Destinies. This game has been rotting in my Steam account for many a year now. I don't know how many years, but it's good to say at least 1 to 2. So I thought, why not actually play it? So that's what we're gonna do.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. Then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned.
Oh my.
The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him.
Okay.
The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Reynardo told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." "Oh, damn it." The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
Ooh. This feels weird. Protect Peter. There's no run option. This is as fast as we go.
The two Ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right. "For the Emperor!" The Ravens cawed and rushed at him.
Oh my god. When an enemy is about to attack, L plus X to counter. Countering can interrupt any other action. Let me through, damn it. Alright, alright, alright. So I'm getting the gist of this game.
A dropship flew overhead. He hoped they hadn't noticed him. The kid.
Oh, let me guess, they noticed the kid? Hold X to grab, L to aim, and release to go. Whee!
Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate. Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels. Or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere. And neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword. And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Renata going to get a hero sword?
So, I'm gonna guess that, unless I've already said it, but the kid's obviously gonna die, right? Oh, what's this?
Ore and wind essence? That sounds about right. I'll need a workshop, though.
Workbench.
Perfect.
Gems? Swords and gems, okay. Swords. Sword crafting. This is the sword crafting menu. Here you can craft and upgrade powerful magic swords, gathering the required materials from these chests scattered throughout Boreas. Let's see. The selected sword's current level and special power. The selected sword's special power at the next level. The resources needed to upgrade the selected sword. Cool. You have enough resources. Craft your first sword now. Hero sword. Current level, not crafted yet. Collect the required materials to craft the sword. Next level, level 1. Look badass. Awesome.
A hero sword. QED.
Level 1. Look badass. Next level, level 2. Also allows to heal oneself? Oh, damn. Void blade. Current level, not crafted. Level 1. Increase movement and attack speed. Costs energy. Winter Thorn. Craft level not crafted. Collect the required materials. Level 1. While attacking, freeze enemies. Firestorm. Level 1. While attacking, set anything on fire. Oh, okay.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook, and she'd laughed at Renato's jokes, even when he didn't know he'd made one. And then the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid.
Ah, so that's how it works, okay. This feels like a battle arena. What's happening?
He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. How'd you get across? He asked the kid. Where'd you find a hook? I hopped, said the kid. White-ass kid. Hey, look out behind you! Cute, said Renato. Ah, ravens. It was time to talk some sense into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
Use the altar to learn new skills. Skills. Each time you gain a level, you also gain a skill point. Spend your skill points at the altar scattered throughout Boreas to gain new powerful abilities or upgrade existing ones. Skill tiers. There are 4 tiers of skills. The more truths you discover, the more tiers you unlock. Skill info. Here you find the description of each skill and the unlock requirements. You have a skill point to spend. Go and buy the hookshot skill. But I don't want to. Fine. Next skill point in 950 XP. I wonder what these truths are. Hook. Hookshot. Use the hookshot to navigate across gaps and pull enemies. Press Y to use. Okay.
It was starting to come back to him.
You know
Something
nothing,
he'd never
Arctic
completely
Fox.
forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
Hooking enemies consumes stamina. Posts can be hooked in order to get across gaps. Press Y to hook posts or to pull enemies towards you. Dash is supernatural dash. Ooh. Perfect strike. Attack immediately when the previous attack hits to land a perfect strike. Bonus damage and double combo. Time. Defensive reflexes. Slow down time after a successful counter until your next action. Take a breather and plan your next move. Aggressive defense. Counter an attack now causes damage. Health. Increase your maximum health. Oh my god, hell yeah. Speed. Run faster. Ooh. There we go. It's easier to use than I thought.
There was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kestra run in 12 furlongs. Well, so the salesman had told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. "Stop!" he shouted. "I'm not giving you the book!" shouted the kid, and took off. "No! Peter!" The kid ran for it, and a goggler nailed him with its eye beam.
Idiot. Everyone knew it was gonna happen. Everyone knew it was gonna happen. And guess what happened? He died. It's a pile of ashes.
Burned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, and a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Reynardo picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
Ah. So do they just have health in them, or do they also have resources like the stuff we need to make more swords? Oh.
What was the big deal about this book anyway? Maybe he should open it and find out.
It's dark
All
magic.
that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him. "Where are you running, rebel?" cawed the Raven captain over the loud hailer. Reynardo could see them cranking up their catapults. "Just going out for milk?" Reynardo yelled back. "Where can you run?" laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job. "Take us to the rebel base! I will spare your life!" it called. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven. A sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time. Unless Reynardo could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Reynardo had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper. The legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Reynardo a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Reynardo could only rescue him. Reynardo dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky Ripper.
You can't make new friends. The rebellion was out of time and Ronaldo needed a game changer. Even though Lapino wasn't that what anyone would consider a game changer, he'd come up with some harebrained schemes. Maybe rescuing him was worth it. Build the Sky Ripper. The rebellion was out of time and Ronaldo needed a game changer. An ancient artifact that defeated the lost gods would indeed be a game changer. There was a split into two pieces many years ago. Reynaldo could rebuild it by first getting its armature. Let's save our friend.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen the winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens? If I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short.
Ooh, what are gems? Gem socketing. This is a gem socket menu. Here you can equip powerful gems that will augment both your offensive and defensive abilities. Your gauntlet has 3 sockets into which you can put gems. Select one of the sockets to see your gems. Each gem has 3 levels and its effect increases with each level. Picking a gem you already have will automatically upgrade that gem's level. You can find gems in chests scattered throughout Boreas if you're lucky enough. So we don't have any of these yet. Okay. So what's... Oh! Sword? Not enough. Aww. Oh, this is weird.
There was an inscription on the platform. Balaleka lessons with an address.
Oh, there are ravens. There are ravens everywhere.
The Ravens had taken the town. Reynardo had seen villages emptied like this. All the people taken away to be sacrificed in the Emperor's secret rituals. Reynardo hoped the people were just hiding. Reynardo's blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
I'm guessing that needs a fire sword. Multiple directions. Oh wait, this area is closed off. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
He wasn't that good. Yet.
one down here. Let's search up here first. Okay, there's nowhere else to go, so let's go here.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to?
Yes. Yes. Resources, give it to me. Thank you for the health. Beautiful. Yes, give me the ore. Give me that girl. Okay, required dash. Why? Supernatural dash. Sure.
Starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
L plus A. Got it. It consumes. I feel like I'm gonna aim for health first, because knowing usually how I play, it's gonna be bad. Hello.
For a moment, I wish that somebody's been watching.
Ooh, I don't like what's happening over here. Not the graveyard. Why always a graveyard? Wrong sword. How dare you? Let me see. I could do this one, because health isn't doing that bad, but I don't know. Increase maximum health. Sword magic. Sword magic? What? Yeah, let's do this one.
Long live the Emperor! Called the ravens.
What Skeleton machine! Thank you. What's up?
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows. And that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Pay a call on Zenobia. Renardo and Lapino were back together, but Renardo still needed a game changer to save the rebellion. Maybe Lapino was right. Maybe they should go kidnap the Emperor's only daughter and greatest general, Zenobia. Extracting intel out of her would turn the tide of the Civil War. The Eye of the Lost God must hold great power. Ronaldo and Lapino were back together, but Ronaldo still needed a game changer to save the rebellion. Even though Renardo could no longer get the Sky Ripper's armature, its core was still within reach. Maybe he could still harness its power with Lapino's help. Let's get intel.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in Sword Fu school. And you're still mad for her, the rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she'd never told him who she really was. She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the master spy. She won't give them up easily. She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
Oh my god. Next level.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Fire essence? Oh my god. Oh no, we're going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. Oh, they're are these crows sleeping or are they dead? Is that a mouse? Oh my god.
Hero weapon. Hero sword. Ice wall. Ice cube.
How dare you? Hehehe. Yeah.
Huh? A lever? That was new. Most people still use doorknobs.
Oh no. What are these things for? They look importante, but I don't know what they're for.
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lapino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an old blind toad, and Reynardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Reynardo.
Go for Lapino's geese net fire toe watermelon plan. Not the time for harebrained schemes. Let's do it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lapino as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan.
Wrong sword. We need a little more. Ooh, but we can make a fire sword.
When Reynardo went to the china shop, for some reason the owner was always nervous.
I wonder why. Do we have any? No. Ha ha ha. Yeah, 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 yeah. What's up?
Reynardo felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong.
But it didn't?
Against all odds, Lapino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Reynardo jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat. Reynardo, she said, are those new scars? They look good on you. You never returned my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Ah, what does an imperial princess know about style?
Oh, damn.
Get a room, you two, said Lapino. But the fleet was coming on fast, so they put Zenobia on the Farfarer and took her east over the Nexus. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye, without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Ah, Lapino was right, Reynardo thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look. You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you? She said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Reynardo saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the Nexus below them. Cats always land on their feet. Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost, yelled Lapino. You have to catch her.
Do we though? Do we though? Hero landing? No.
Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, she'd love a good chase.
I don't have any abilities, so going up.
Reynardo wondered what would happen if he jumped. Would he be rescued by an emergency platform?
Why are you wondering that? Why don't any of you have ore in you? God. I just need a little bit more ore, and then I can make a new sword.
Well, they really needed to redecorate anyway.
Yes, they did. can go here. The hell is that thing? Avoid the Warlock's fire spell. It will damage everyone in the area once it explodes. Where the hell is this? Well, I'm here now.
He was closing on her. He could smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What did they do to her? Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her. But, after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his. How could he have let her escape? Why hadn't he shackled her? Bernardo wasn't used to being on this side of the whole prisoner-jailer thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bench. Bernardo wondered what he could make with it.
Can make a new sword. Let's make a new sword. Current level, not crafted yet. Level 1, while attacking, set enemies on fire. Yes. Excalibur, nah. Craft a magical sword. Hold RT to activate magic swords. Swords consume energy while activated. To switch swords, do this. Okay. Level 2 also ignites all surrounding enemies. God damn. Oh, there's still enemies. Oh my god.
Bernardo reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again, he said, "Please, I'm enjoying this a little too much," she said, shaken. "Oh, spare us the chit-chat, would you?" said Lapino as he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. "She knows all his plans." All the way back to the Farfarer, Lapino nagged Renato about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia. How that would turn the tides in the imminent battle. All they had to do was take her to the rebels' secret base. Renato didn't like to think about what the interrogators would do to her. Couldn't he just talk to her?
This is too cool. Skip the rebel base. Once again, Zenobia was Renardo's prisoner. The next stop would be the rebel base. But the things the interrogators would do to her, Ronaldo's could skip the base and find a way to interrogate Zenobia himself. take her to the rebel base, and win the war. Once again, Zenobia was Renardo's prisoner. The next stop would be the rebel base. The things the interrogators would do to her, the thought made Renardo shudder, but was necessary so they would win the war. Yes, he would take Zenobia to the secret base. Let's do attack one. Let's you all talk.
As they pulled away from the Nexus, Renardo could see the fear in Zenobia's eyes. I can't take her to those creatures at the base, he whispered to Lapino. Ah, you've gone soft. Soft in the head. We captured her for what she knows. I'll take her to the mountains. Tell all the horrible things the Emperor's done. Yeah, believe me. She'll turn. And he turned the wheel. The hell you will! Shouted Lapino, and he grabbed the wheel back from him. The two of them wrestled for control of the ship. It shot off like a mad sparrow. Suddenly, Renardo was falling.
Uh-oh.
When he came to, Zenobia was standing over him.
Hey,
Why
girl.
didn't you take me to the base to be interrogated? She demanded. Do you know what's left of people they interrogate? This is some trick, isn't it? To make me fall for you again. Well, I won't. Oh, go on then. Scurry back to your ravens. I can't stop you. But strangely, she didn't. As Renardo set off to find the Farfarer, she followed him, keeping just out of sight of the ravens.
Find the Farfarer. Okay. Sounds fine.
Who needed bridges anyway?
Yeah. So there's two ways to go. I wonder if the game... Does the game keep track of which ways we go? Oh, hell yeah. Thank you. What the hell is with this place? It's so
Can't
weird.
we just agree to disagree? Said Renardo. No?
Energy and health. Ooh.
Renardo had always wanted a flying carpet. This was more like a flying tabletop, but it would do.
Let's see. Oh, well. Guess I'm going down here. I was going to make sure, like, which places we can go, but I guess we're going this way. Or never mind. So there's a thingamabob there. Let's see what this way is. Let's see what's this way. Ooh, treasure
Think of all
chest.
the artisans he was creating employment for. Truly, he was a job creator.
Oh my god. Ooh, more fire. Arena. hell's
Renato
happening?
stopped to sniff the wind, Zenobia came up, still mad. Did you really think you'd just talk me into betraying my father? Oh yeah, sure, that was exactly my plan. Then why aren't you even talking to me? Because I've never talked you into anything in my life. They're gonna court-martial you for letting me go. He caught a whiff of the Farfarer. Wet rope, tar, and a cask of Scoble ale he'd spilt last year. It was that way.
So let me guess, it's gonna be her guilt that makes her come around. Not guilt for what her dad has done to all the innocent people, but guilt for what she did to us. Because we were dying. Oh my god. How high is this going? Oh my god. Treasure chest. No! The precious.
Renato's paws were getting numb. Calaveras really didn't want company, did he?
Let me go.
Renato wondered if he should have taken Zenobia to the rebel base for real. Maybe she wasn't playing him after all. After the bleak talk about the Emperor's dark secret, he was regretting his suspicion.
Wee! Wee! Ha 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 ha. Ooh.
Sure enough, the Farfarer had crashed in some rocks. There was no sign of Lapino. Zenobia caught up. All that kid stuff in Swordfu school. Look, that's the past. We're adults now. We have duties to other people. We have destinies. What are you talking about? And you are the most arrogant, slow-witted, light-fingered, mercenary, immoral, reckless. Run away with me, said Renato, and he realized he meant it. What? Just like that? She demanded. I will, if you will. So she kissed him. And it was the best kiss he'd ever had. They held hands as they boarded the Farfarer. Renato felt light-hearted, like the winds that were playing the rigging like a balalaika. But Lapino, I need to get back to Lapino, he said, suddenly realizing he could have been captured. A prisoner. He's not. How'd you know? He saw something in her eyes he didn't understand. He fell, didn't he? Into the abyss. She looked away, wouldn't answer. But then a bolt smashed through the Farfarer's keel. The broken ship plummeted out of the clouds.
What the hell's happening? Ow.
Renato picked himself off the deck. They were alive. We have to get to my private ship, she said. Do you trust me? I guess I must, he said. You go on ahead. Clear the path, he said. I can't kill my own soldiers. He wanted to say that he didn't trust her, that he had no idea what he was getting into. But he had no choice, did he? He was following his heart. That's what it means to be a hero. You had to follow your heart.
Is that what it means to be a hero? Sorry, I'm just seeing which sword to save up to next. Ooh, it's gonna be a while until we get the other ones. That's not good. Teleportation! I do not have a purple sword, do I? What's back there? Just a teleporter. Wonder where it leads.
Renato felt like he was ready to learn new things. Thank goodness he didn't have to go to school for that.
Let's see. Let's do aggressive defense. Countering attack no causes damage. That feels good. That feels really good.
Renato wondered if he could learn to cook this way. Probably not.
Let's see. Perfect strike. Slow down time after a successful counter. Let's do this one again. More damage when counter. There we go. Thank you. Oh, there's a chest over here. Good to know.
There was a cat in this one. And something useful.
Open 10 chests. Ooh. Ooh, that one's a big teleporter. Where the hell are we? This one's orange.
The platform used a hybrid propulsion system fueled by anti-gravity and wishful thinking. Renato, smash!
Hell yeah, I do.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Renato wondered idly if people who had built these poles had really, really long tentacles.
No. No! How dare you? Although I barely use. I need to use the energy more often.
Look, it's not personal, but your mother wears army boots. On her ears. lost their breath. It was strange to be so close to her. "What are you thinking?" he asked. "I'm trying very hard not to think." "Me too," he said. Up ahead, he could see the thin silver of Zenobia's personal ship. It looked fast. They would leave all this behind.
Or so they thought. Bum, bum, bum. Because that's usually how these stories go. Ow.
Already, Renato knew more than he ever had. But about what?
No, how dare you. Ooh, ore. Thank you. Ooh, I can upgrade the hero sword again. If that option ever shows up.
None of them surprisingly unwounded.
How's that a surprise? Oh my god. Bum, bum. Shield grunts will block your attacks. Grab and throw another grunt into him, and his shield will be knocked away. Ooh. What's happening?
As they reached her ship, Renato suddenly felt a sharp pain in his stomach. He was surprised to see a crossbow bolt sticking out of it.
"I was gonna lead the Empire to our secret base," said Lapino. "But no, you had to screw up my plan because you still got a thing for her."
Renato stared at Zenobia. The kiss. Was it real? She said, with a look of indescribable sorrow. She gestured and said an arcane word, and Lapino went flying into the abyss, screaming, "I'm telling your father!" Then she knelt down to cradle his head, and her paws felt very soft and warm. Okay, that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there. Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision if it was true. He'd learned something. Lapino was a traitor. Renato had suspected there was something wrong with the Mad Rabbit. But now he knew there was malice behind his goofiness.
New story completed. Story number 5. Don't think twice. What kind of hero are you? A hero who always follows his heart. Aww. New truth revealed. Lupino is a traitor. Reward. Tier 2 skills unlocked. New location unlocked. Desert Temple. Don't think twice. Choices made. Rescue Lupino. Find Zenobia. Accept Lupino's plan. Do not take Zenobia to interrogators. Zenobia was the Mad Emperor's daughter and his greatest general. Interrogating her could expose enemy secrets and turn the tides of war. So Bernardo and Lupino set out to capture her, and against all expectations, succeeded. But Ronaldo had feelings for Zenobia and could not bear the thought of seeing her suffer at the hands of the interrogator, so he changed course, forsaking the rebellion. Little did he know that he was derailing a clever plan devised by Lupino, who in fact was an agent of the Empire. Zenobia, moved by Ronaldo's compassion, admitted her own feelings for him. They chose to flee together, only to die at the hands of a very frustrated Lupino. Oh my god, 23. There's so many stories. Lupino is a traitor. I need to get all the truths. Okay,
he'd made bad choices. But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice. The book's pages began to flip backwards, towards the beginning. And he realized that his adventure was just beginning. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Reynardo. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course, Reynardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Reynardo really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Oh, so I can go back and forth now. Okay. So I'm thinking we'll try and do all of the Lupino stuff first, because I'm assuming this line of stories all has to do with Lupino. This all has to do with her. I'm guessing this all has to do with the Sky Ripper. And this has to do with something else we haven't encountered yet. So let's do this.
Ah, Lupino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lupino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. Lupino's frantic message said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy. And that he had a clever plan. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Or so Lupino had told him over the far speaker anyway. Lupino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen the winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens?
Fuck off, you idiots. It's so garbage. I swear. There we go. Here we
People
go.
were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Reynardo had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the Raven's call about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
So every time we come back, is it going to be different? I don't know. Why is it saying we can destroy this? Oh.
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Reynardo.
We have the ore, but let's do this one. Hero Sword, current level 1, look badass. Level 2 also allows to heal oneself. Okay. Hero Sword, level 2, hold RT. Sword at maximum level. Level 2 is its max? Okay. Level 2 is its maximum. I wonder how long this
This is why heroes are called dashing, Reynardo thought. See? Dashing? Get it?
Look.
Reynardo looked around the empty village. How had he ever imagined Lupino was anything but a traitor? Any honest rabbit would have fled with the villagers.
Why are you destroying? Why? Ooh. Look.
Welcome to Earth. Reynardo told the corpses. It was something he'd seen in a play once.
Oh my god. Ooh. Found a gem, energy on kill. Ooh, family jewels. Okay. Gems are rare items that boost your capabilities. Good to know. Why won't you die? Why? Yes, give me all the stuff. So there was a way back here.
This chest contained a Vorpal sword. I'm just kidding. Vorpal swords don't exist.
Jump down. Oop, just a sec. Let's see. Shield hooking. Hook a shield, enemy will rip away the shield, leaving him vulnerable. Oh, absolutely, yes. 3 skill points. Oh, damn. Let's see. Let's do another health.
Come in handy in a pinch.
Dash through enemies. Target an enemy to dash to move through him and cause damage. Does not work on shield wielding enemies. Oh. Let's do speed.
Firewalls only let you through if they think you're hot enough.
What the hell's that supposed to mean? Gems! Energy on kill. Killing enemies gives you 3% sword energy back. Sure. So we can go down the well or use a fire sword. Let's go over here. Because it feels like with the well, there's no return. Well,
What's there?
Explorer curiosity never killed anyone, right? It feels like we can come back from this, but from the well, I don't think we can. Like, you know what I mean? Excuse me, what?
What were these poles exactly? Parking meters from the time of the lost gods?
Critical chance gem. Ooh. Oh, and then it goes right here. Okay. Got another gem. Why not put it on? Critical chance. Your attack have a 10% chance to deal double damage. Sure. Double damage off. Only thing left to do is to go down the well. Where is the well? There is the well. It's cool that they found a way to keep the game fresh and interesting, even though you have to keep, like, replaying over and over again to get, like, all of the story bits. You know what I mean?
Hey, I hear black is the new dead.
Fuck.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Well, unless he really was a traitor, obviously. Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest.
Lapino would betray him. But now Renato knew that. What would Lapino do if he knew that Lapino was going to betray him? Well, he'd concoct some crazy scheme, wouldn't he? That used Lapino's betrayal against him, and it would blow up in his face. Yeah. Maybe he was overthinking this. Well, that would be a first.
What's up?
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia.
We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Pay a call on Zenobia. Alright. Exactly.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in sword fu school. And you're still mad for her, the rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she'd never told him who she really was.
She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the master spy.
She won't give them up easily.
She'll tell the interrogators, all right,
said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
You could say war never changes. Ooh, treasure chest. Hello.
Renato felt a little bad stealing crafting materials from chests. He preferred to rob them from people at sword point.
Damn, Renato. So we have a way to go that way. There we go. I'm like, why aren't you breaking?
He'd once met a pirate captain. He used hooks to get around his ship. Oh, what was his name again?
Captain Hook. I'm assuming it was Captain Hook. Oh, we're back here now. Okay.
How could you convince a firewall you're its friend?
Is there anything I can do? We need a little bit more ore. What about, we need 12 and we need 3 more. God damn it. Hey, yo, firewall.
Had that door been open before?
Ow. Shield breaker. Ooh.
It was definitely easier to fight inanimate objects.
Hell yeah, it was. Ooh, and more ore. Shield breaker level 1. Your hits cause shield grunts to drop their shield. Oh, hell yeah. Winterthorn. Current level not crafted yet. Blah, 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 blah. Level 1. While attacking freeze enemy. Costs energy.
This sword from the frigid north was really useful for making popsicles and birdsicles.
New sword. Okay, going down.
Why was Lupino urging him to capture Zenobia? Obviously it was a trap. But you never knew how Lupino thought. Sometimes his plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lupino wanted. Yeah, there must be some way to play on that, Renato thought.
Ew. Oop.
A magical jewel. Renato couldn't wait to find a workbench.
Say goodnight, Gracie, said Renato, wondering who Gracie was.
Yeah, I think this is the only way to go. You bastard. How dare you stand there like that?
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
Let's see what happens this time.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sure you know better.
We do, though. We know you're a traitor now.
I need more materials, thought Renato.
Oh, it upgraded itself. Okay. I thought I had to equip it. I wonder if this path opened up because we didn't do the harebrained scheme.
Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her
Creeper.
on the shoulder with his sword. She became smoke. And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. Stay a while. Heard a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me? Zenobia said as the ship lifted off. Now I just wanted some privacy. Renato said, did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? And he told her why. His Imperial Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him immortal. But to seal the bargain, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him.
Oh.
You're lying. She was furious. You can't prove that. I can. And so, they set sail for the Nexus.
Interessante, okay.
The scientists at the observatory have resurrected one of his victims. Well, he's not exactly alive, but it can talk, and it can't lie. You took a big risk. You know, I could just cast a spell to make you tell me where the rebel base is. And you wouldn't consider that cheating? She frowned. Ugh, fine. Let's go get your witness. The rebellion had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them.
What the fuck?
If they didn't want their things broken, they really ought to make them stronger.
Agreed. Eee. Ha ha ha.
A very clever engineer named Elon Muskrat had got his start making floating platforms. Not many people knew that.
Oh my god. Hey, resources. Thank you. Oh, thank god. I was like, where do I go next?
Renato had learned so much about... Ooh, what was it again?
Let's see. More stamina. Let's try defensive reflexes. Slow down time after successful counter into your next action.
Swell. He'd always wanted to do that.
Whee!
She caught up with him. Don't you think I'd know if my father started practicing black magic? Why? Would you want to join in? Oh, no, I destroy his books and... All right, I suppose I wouldn't.
She stopped, troubled. He ran on.
Let's go this way.
He was
Seeing
sort of
us.
yanking his own chain, wasn't he? Renato had been searching for a way to save the rebellion. Lapina wanted to capture and interrogate Zenobia. But if he could show her proof of her father's madness, maybe she would join the rebellion.
That's a big maybe. Oh shit. Ah, so that's how this works.
Energy steers. Easy to dodge, but boy do they sting if you didn't pay attention.
Ooh, my goodness. What the hell are you?
Some people were just liable to explode if you upset them.
Watch out for explosive ravens. When hit or thrown, they will explode after a few seconds. Use them to your advantage. I need to heal up. No, let me heal more, damn it.
Renato checked for a false compartment. Nope.
Aww. Oh my god.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The Ravens had taken care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared around, shocked. The scientists had been neutral. They had no part in the rebellion. "Take me to your council," she said, shaken. "I have things to tell them." It was what Renato had gambled on. The Zenobia would turn against her father once she knew his madness. But the rebel base was secret. Could he really risk taking the Emperor's daughter there?
Ooh, she could destroy everything. Ronaldo's plan worked. Zenobia was now convinced her father was mad and had to be stopped. Or was she? Did he really convince her, or was she playing him like a fiddle? Leading her to the secret base might be disastrous. He should lie about the location of the base until he is certain of her sincerity. He would take her to the mountains. He'd always trusted her before. Ronaldo's plan worked. Zenobia was convinced that the father was mad and had to be stopped. Or was she? Did he really convince her, or was she playing him like a fiddle? He came this far. Why hesitate now? He should take her to the secret base.
Reynardo reached Lapino by Farspeaker Toad.
No, we should take her to the base,
Insisted Lapino. No, I don't trust her. Nobody changes sides that fast, said Reynardo.
Yeah.
I better go to the base. Let them know you've got her.
Lapino said.
For some reason, Renato wasn't sure that was a good idea.
Just meet me at the far side of the mountains. There's a shuttle here I can take,
Always has to be your way, doesn't it?
said Lapino.
I feel like this time we're gonna learn something about Zenobia. Is it gonna be like something
Zenobia
simple?
was still shaking as they got out. I didn't know, she said. The Ravens kept it secret. At first they sacrificed prisoners, then villages near the frontier, and then an orphanage. Kittens and puppies. Sometimes he'd come back to the palace and it was like there were glowing things behind his eyes. I was so busy. I'll clear a path for us, Reynardo told Zenobia, so the Ravens don't see you.
Meet up with the traitor.
Renato wondered if his future self had commissioned these poles.
How is that wind essence? It looks like void. It looks like void essence, I'm telling you.
This would be the perfect place for a tic-tac-toe board.
With it.
Zenobia came up as he massaged his sore arm. Her eyes were wet. He's been saying strange things. He asked me to do experiments. And some were wrong. They are banished, right? Said Reynardo. Gone forever. I mean, he couldn't actually bring the old gods back, could he? She didn't answer him. That frightened him more than anything.
Oh god. So there's a chance they could come back. What? Ba, 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 ba.
Hey, you guys interested in real estate? Because you're about to buy the farm.
Which way to go? Which way to go? I don't remember which way we went last time. Okay, I definitely don't remember this, so... let's just go this way.
Couldn't they have put in an elevator? Or a giant eagle? Or something?
Yeah. Come on, guys. Oop. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Renato hoped his mother wasn't watching.
Going up. Eh. Ooh.
That is a very cool sword, thought Renato. No, seriously. He couldn't feel his paw anymore.
Dear Zenobia, do you remember that expedition I have sent to the depths beneath the islands? They have returned. Well, 3 ships have returned. Out of the 8 I sent, of course, I mourn the losses, but the knowledge the survivors brought back is invaluable. What they have experienced is incredible. The air gradually grows denser and more turbulent until it becomes a suffocating, bone-crushing thunderstorm. But the islands keep stretching for miles below the surface, and they have roots that radiate downward, far beyond sight. The islands are alive. This is the proof I was looking for. The thick air of the depths keeps them afloat, and in the depths they find their sustenance. Do they have us conscious? Are they aware of our existence, or are we merely parasites that ignore or tolerate? I must prepare another expedition. This time I will go myself. I need to see this wondrous world of the endless deep sky. I hope you will visit me before I leave. I would like to hear more about that new friend of yours, Renardo. With love, Father. Really? It's not like a collectible? Okay.
As for the gate, well, we could take her or leave her. Sorry. It's the best I could do.
Oh, God.
Who are these guys? They seem to make everyone else harder to kill.
Enchanters can buff and heal enemies, but buff Raymonds are very dangerous. Ooh. Holy shit.
I wondered how much his tailor was going to charge for all the holes in his clothes.
You better have health in you. Physical resistance. Ooh, Blame Master. Ooh, shiny, level 3. Energy on kill. Ooh. Sorry about that, just went on a little side quest is all.
That was always a rush.
Bernardo wondered if he should have taken Zenobia to the rebel base for real. Maybe she wasn't playing him after all. After the bleak talk about the Emperor's dark secrets, he was regretting his suspicions.
My health is at acceptable levels now. Hi-ya.
It was good to practice your moves, thought Renato. Keeps you limber.
Yes, thank you. One skill point, huh? Attack reflex. Slow down after a successful attack until your next action. Attack mode of combat like a true master. Yeah, let's do this. I'm getting hurt more often.
They came up on an empty shack. He gestured her in. Where's the base? She asked, confused. I thought we could talk a bit first.
Oh, you think I'm playing you? She was furious. I'm betraying my father who picked me out of an alley, and you think I'm playing you?
She lashed out. Her claws sliced fire into his face. Energy boiled in her other paw. But before she could kill him, he slashed his sword into her heart. She staggered. I could have loved you. You son of a bitch. And then she died.
Oh, damn.
Renato stood there for hours, unable to move. Finally, a ship landed near him. Lapino had brought the Farfarer. On board the Farfarer, Lapino couldn't stop grinning.
I can't believe you actually killed her.
Why didn't I trust her? Renato said. All he could feel was emptiness.
You killed the Emperor's daughter.
You might want to run for it. If you care whether you live or die, that is. Since Renato didn't, he grabbed the wheel, and he sailed for the Imperial fleet.
Oh my god. And we're back.
Renato had never felt worse. Zenobia had listened to him. He had trusted him. She'd opened her eyes to her father's evil. Done everything he had hoped for. He had taken her to a dirty shack. Was he so used to lying that he couldn't trust even the girl he had always loved?
Spin to win.
Have you ever felt you were just going round in circles? Bernardo felt like that.
Let's see, what's the new one we got? Ooh, I kind of like that one. Critical chance shield breaker. I want this one. Critical chance, I'll switch with this. I wonder how it's gonna end this time, because Zenobia's dead. I don't have a purple sword, sadly. Sadly, I do not have purple sword.
The portal was heavily guarded. It must go someplace they really didn't want it to go. wasn't his fault. They looked so breakable.
Yeah. So last time I went that way. What happens if I go this way? Ha 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 ha. What are we gonna learn this time?
This is quite the view, he thought.
I know, so pretty. Oh my god. Kill them all.
He could see the rebels reeling back as he plunged into the ranks of the Ravens. He'd had to kill the girl he loved, but he'd also blown the biggest opportunity they could have had to turn the Emperor's daughter against him. Bernardo could only laugh miserably. He was taking crazy chances now, swinging wildly. He expected the Ravens to take him at any moment, but they were running in fear. No one wants to fight a man who doesn't care if he lives. No one wants to fight a hero.
Is that what we are?
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Boo.
He felt like Tarzan.
He felt like Tarzan. These aren't even like clever anymore, you're just saying things. Ooh, this time we're going here. Yeah. Okay.
He was exhausted. Could barely think. He wanted to stop thinking. The rebels were already finished, and he was the last. The Ravens were coming for him personally now, in waves. It didn't matter. He was slick with his own blood, but it didn't matter. In the distance, he could see her, embraced by a halo of light, holding her hand out to him. Had she forgiven him? Would she take him to the halls of the Valiant? Then he felt steel in his belly, and his chest, and his back. And he lay down, and he couldn't see her anymore. Bernardo stared at the book. He was still alive. Again. And still only flying away from burning Ubar. Had he lived that adventure? Or only dreamt it? Had he really died? It felt so real, not like a dream at all. And he'd lost again. Oh, he hated that. But he had made different choices. And he'd lost in a different way. It was the book, wasn't it? Oracles showed you your destiny. But this was showing him different ways he could die miserably. Thanks a bunch, book, he thought. But these were destinies that he did not have to fulfill. But he'd learned another true thing. Zenobia still had feelings for him.
New story completed. Story 11, Almost Sincere. What kind of hero are you? A hero who goes down fighting when there is nothing left to live for. Reward, 20 ore. New truth revealed. Zenobia has feelings for Renario. Oh, really? No idea. You're telling me she still has feelings for him? You're insane. Let's see. Story 11, Almost Sincere. Choices made. Rescue Lupino. Find Zenobia. Reject Lupino's plan. Don't trust Zenobia. Zenobia was the Mad Emperor's daughter and his greatest general. Convincing her to join the rebellion would split the Imperial forces and turn the tides of the Civil War. He could show her proof of her father's madness, and he did as they witnessed the slaughter of innocent civilians by the Empire. Zenobia was shocked. She agreed to meet the rebel leaders, but Renardo was wary. Maybe she was using him to lead to the Empire's secret base. So he led her far away from the base. Enraged and heartbroken by the lies, Zenobia lashed out at Renardo and died in the struggle. Depressed and guilt-ridden, Renardo made a suicide attack on the Imperial fleet and died fighting. What kind of hero are you? Hero goes down fighting! Yes! I still can't believe. Oh, really? She has feelings for us? No idea. That's insane. You're crazy.
That meant there must be a destiny where he survived and won, right? Otherwise, what was the point? And with that, the book's pages fluttered back once more to the beginning, and the clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced, or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renardo. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course, Renardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renardo really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Can't make new friends. Build the Sky River. Rebellion was out of time. Renardo needed a game changer. Blah, 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 blah. Find the temple. The rebellion was out of time. Renardo needed a game changer. Mysterious temple had risen out of the desert. The Emperor has sent his ravens to search for the Iblis stone. The ancient artifact may contain the power to bring down the Empire. Let's do the Sky Ripper this time.
Every child knew about the Sky Ripper. The Transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces. What could have brought them to light? This Emperor, Isengrim III, had once been kind, but he'd gone mad. And now he was conducting secret, obscene rituals to bring back the lost gods. Had he, somehow, summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the earth? It was more than Renardo could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it. As he set foot on the island, Renardo couldn't help feeling a bit curious. Was Lupino still waiting to be rescued? No. He was probably drinking champagne with the ravens. Did ravens drink champagne? Did rabbits? Renardo felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Renardo never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero,
He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
What could he craft with the materials he had? Renato had a pretty good idea, actually.
So many chests out here, God. Yes, build a new sword. So I have all of them. Void Blade, not crafted yet. Collect the required materials, blah blah blah. Next level, level 1. Increase movement and attack speed costs.
This
Upgrade.
sword from the mystical east could make time itself slow for you.
Speed increases further. Okay. There, but now I had all the swords. But Hero's my favorite, because, you know, it can heal you. We can go in that way, but there's obviously a way this ways.
What else could you hook?
I wonder what we're gonna learn about this ancient weapon that we're trying to get.
Open, says me. The people who had built this castle, did they even know what monstrous weapon lay hidden within their walls? The Sky Ripper could destroy anything it touched, or so the legend said. As the Transcendent Emperor had fought the Lost Gods, thousands of thousands had died. But Renato had been through wars. The only merciful war was a short one.
Ow! Fuck off, you damn fucking...
And I was just getting warmed up, he thought. That had been his mistake before. Not trusting Zenobia's feelings for him. But how could he have known? After all these years of silence?
The truth behind the Sky Ripper is shrouded in a thick fog. The most believable tale is that the Transcendent Emperor has used the Sky Ripper to banish Iblis. Then the TE buried Transcendent Emperor, buried the weapon and vanished. Was it a self-imposed exile to rid the world of the last divine presence, or was it the price to pay for causing such tremendous power? Could the Sky Ripper and Iblis have a deeper connection than just a weapon and its victim? My rituals will summon the Iblis Stone. Perhaps I should worry that they will also cause the Sky Ripper to resurface. If that is the case, I should spare no resource to find it. A weapon that can banish a god is an invaluable bargaining chip should the old ones decide to double-cross me. It is their nature to try. But gods are predictable, and I can rely on that to be one step ahead. Emperor Isigrim Third Secret Journal. You bastard. I knew it. Resources. There's something this way and something that way. What's this way? Ooh, my God.
Smelt burnt fur. His. Renato felt ready to become faster, stronger, bolder. If only he could figure out which.
Okay.
You blinked.
Nyah, 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 nyah. Oh my God.
Ah, a puzzle. Renato loved puzzles. Except when he couldn't figure them out. On the other hand, if there was a puzzle, it was probably meant to keep people away from something good.
Ooh, ah.
This stone was incredibly
Treasure
valuable.
hunter. Ooh.
Renato could sense it. Also, it still had its price tag.
Why would it have a price tag on it? That's what I want to know. Ooh, yay. Hook shot damage. Inflict damage on hooked enemies. Can't get that yet. Getting stronger. Kick and throw distance are increased. Sword magic. Increase the maximum sword energy. Ooh. Yeah, let's get more health.
There it was. Skyripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Skyripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him.
For some explicable reason, Renardo chose Zenobia. Renardo has found the armature of Skyripper. Without its core, it would just be an empty and useless shell. Maybe you should go see Zenobia, who had just invaded a city nearby. She was the Emperor's adopted daughter and greatest general, but she also his old friend. Renardo didn't know why, but he felt the urge to go see her. He needed to go to the core of the Skyripper, obviously. Renardo has found the armature of the Skyripper. Without the core, it would just be an empty and useless shell. The only reason one would seek the armature was to build the legendary weapon that had once banished the Lost Gods. Obviously, Renardo would go get the core, yeah.
It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get the armature. And the armature was useless by itself, only a series of coils and wheels. War demanded sacrifices, and he would make more before the end. He would have to choose the greatest good, no matter how much it cost him. Zenobia. Well, he would see her sooner or later, across a battlefield or a sword's point before all this was over. He was sure of that. The power was in the core. Obviously, he had to get the core.
But where is the core?
He looked up at the old trees around him. They were so big and so old. They'd been there before he was born, and they'd be there after he'd passed into legend. Was he confronting his own unimportance? What had got into him? He was no philosopher. Anyway, who cares? He was plenty important. He was a hero, and soon he'd prove it.
Get the Skyripper core. Okay, who wants to take bets? I'm betting there's gonna be something terribly wrong with the weapon. Okay, so we can go that way. But if we go that way, we can't backtrack, so let's see if this way. We can jump down a well. Both ways are like mutually exclusive, so let's go this way first.
What was really fun was hooking yourself onto a moving ship.
But that's not fun. It's scary.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
I'm gonna guess the quote-unquote old gods corrupted the core. Or something. Let's go. Let's see. Hey, what's up? I don't like you.
Where did that go to?
Shit.
There were fewer and fewer trees. There were only these huge crystalline growths. Had those been here before? He no longer heard birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest. The mice and rabbits. Where had they gone? And he was getting hungry too. This was an unhealthy place to be.
Ooh, this isn't good.
Hey, do old ravens go grey? You know what? Don't worry about it.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Ugh. Whew. Yeah, this doesn't look good.
The 20-sided core made him feel physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark art, and he hadn't liked what he smelt and saw there. This felt like that. As quick as he could, he wrangled the icosahedron into the armature. The wheels began to spin, then glow. The sick feeling quickly spun away. Now he only felt sad. He had lost good friends for this war apparatus.
Maybe Lapino wasn't such a good friend. Yeah, that made him feel better. He carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now, he had to make his next move.
There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super weapon, he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it.
Seek help from scientists. The Sky Ripper was complete. The super weapon could put an end to the Emperor's madness. But had Renardo assembled it correctly, would it work at the critical moment? The scientists on the Nexus would surely give answers. No time for fussing. Attack the outpost. The Sky Ripper was complete. The super weapon could put an end to the Emperor's madness. But would it work in the critical moment? Maybe it needed field testing, and the Imperial outpost on the Nexus was perfect. Let's do this one.
Well, of course. If you've just assembled a weapon out of legend that can exile gods from the world, you'd want to have a scientist or two look at it. And even if they disagreed and he had time, you could ask Calaveras himself. Yes, the observatory would be his objective.
I wonder if in this timeline will the observatory still be there?
Why had the parts of the Sky Ripper only surfaced now? Thousands of years after the Transcendent Emperor had dismantled it. The mad Emperor Isengrim had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods. Was that why these ancient artifacts were rising out of the ground? How perfect, then, that the Sky Ripper would reappear to be his destruction.
There had to be something useful in these things, didn't there? He wished there were more pylons he could use the hook on. He really needed to construct additional pylons.
I totally did not see this door here.
It was time for a little exploration.
Sure.
Shall we dance? Good, lead Raven.
What's in you?
Bernardo had a lot of crafting materials.
Physical
Now
resistance
all he
too.
needed was a crafting bench.
At school, we learn the gospel of the Transcendent Emperor, the last divinity to pierce the skies. He would banish the evil old gods and grant us the gift of time. But could one man, divine as he may be, create something as intricate as time? I have my own theory. I believe that time is a symptom rather than a gift. I am convinced that on a cosmic scale, there's a pendulum motion between order and chaos. The Transcendent Emperor ended chaos and started the age we live in, an age of cause and effect, of fact and logic. Time is merely the tapestry upon which these laws manifest themselves. It is the foundation for order's companion, entropy. But in the ages of chaos, when the old gods reign, perception carries more weight than facts. Emotions can shape worlds, and time ceases to exist. The age of order is ending. I am merely helping the inevitable. Entropy has been broken. Fate has been breached. The end of time is coming, and I shall embrace it. Emperor Insigrum, the Third Secret Journal. Ooh. I don't know if that's a good thing. Fuck. Fuck. Yay. Heal me, please. Come on. There we go.
A legendary weapon was exactly what the rebellion needed.
They were outnumbered. The once kind Emperor had become a tyrant. But his ravens stayed loyal, for he fed them his victims, and the other animals were too frightened to rebel. Renato shuddered at what the Emperor was trying to do. To bring back the lost gods, the Black Harvest, the Black Sun? No. He would stop that toad, no matter what the risk.
Yes, yes, no matter what the risk.
Renato's path was clear. Let the scientists ensure the Sky Ripper was safe to use, bring it to the rebel base, and then assault the Imperial fleet for the win.
Hey! Hey, a workbench!
He could try out his new bling.
Treasure Hunter. Set to increase chance of rare loot by 1%. Oh. I don't really care for that. Attack speed, elemental resistance. Okay. Firestorm. Current level, while attacking set enemy on fire, costs energy. Level 2. Also ignites all surrounding enemies.
Fire? Yes, please.
Ooh, Masamune is a Malkbat. Take your sword to the Fortune Improvement. Sword at maximum level. It's weird that level 2 is the max. It's just weird to me, you know?
Sharp? Check. Pointy? Check. Flexible? Check. What else do you need in a sword?
Oh my god. Ooh. Ooh, ee, ooh,
Claw on him.
Oh yay, it's not on fire. Everything's fine.
Renato had been the terror of the sandcastles when he was 2. Renato was thrilled. The scientists seemed to think he'd put the Sky Ripper together right. But one toad was worried.
Yeah, the Sky Ripper could tear a hole in existence itself. There are invisible strings that tie the universe together. If the Sky Ripper cut one, the hole would widen and widen until our whole existence fell into it.
Another toad sighed.
Oh, Irving still believes in string theory.
At least go see Calaveras.
Yeah, said the worried toad.
He knows more than anyone else has forgotten about the Transcendent Emperor.
If anyone could tell him how to use this weapon safely, it would be Calaveras. It was he who had told Reynardo how to find it in the first place. But maybe he had to give up on using it as a weapon. Maybe he had to go to the secret rebel base and ask the generals there what he could do with a weapon that he dared not use.
Calaveras, he would know. So the Sky Ripper could destroy existence itself. If there was the slightest chance that was true, Calaveras, the High Sage, was the final authority in legendary artifacts. If anyone could dispel Reynardo's doubts, it would be him. I could use a weapon. How do you use a weapon you can't use? So the Sky Ripper could destroy existence itself. If there was the slightest chance that was true, Reynardo had to assume the worst and not use the Sky Ripper. Maybe he should bring it to the rebel base. Maybe there was a way to use the super weapon without using it.
Well, he should have known he'd have to consult Calaveras again. The scientists at the observatory were smart enough. But what did they know of the Transcendent Emperor? He hoped it wouldn't delay him too long. The rebels had scheduled the final battle soon. Every day they delayed risked the exposure of the secret base. And some soldiers were already drifting back to their homes and families. Calaveras would fix the Sky Ripper for him. And then he would win the final battle.
Yes.
Maybe it was the cold. But after a few steps, Reynardo's optimism started to slump.
What if Calaveras couldn't help? Did Reynardo dare use the Sky Ripper? Oh, he hated that he had chosen this path. It was so much simpler to rescue friends and attack enemies. Even if some of those friends were more trouble than his enemies, some of those enemies had been friends before and might be lovers after. No, okay, it wasn't all that much simpler, no. Physics made his brain hurt. That, at least he was sure of.
You shall not pass!
Ha ha ha. Hiya!
Once, he found a Superman issue #1 in mint condition in a jar he'd broken. He planned to keep breaking things until he had the whole series.
Damn, dude. God damn, dude. Burn, burn, swear. Whoop. Thank you.
Or I could go that way, he thought.
There's nothing over here. Excuse me? What? Okay, let's try. This way, because I know we went that way before. Oh my god. Button machine!
tried to focus on the now. The ravens who seemed everywhere all the time, where did they hatch from? Were there giant raven hatcheries somewhere, or did they have families? Ooh, he didn't want to think about raven mummies raising their darling raven chicks. Yeah, Calvaris would help. He would make Renato feel better about using the Sky Ripper, and then Renato wouldn't have to worry about ravens ever again.
These platforms were great. Renato wanted one for his house.
Yeah. No, you do not. Fuck. Fuck you. Bam, bam, bam. Kill him! I do have a purple sword now. Hoop.
I think this is yours, said Renato. But he couldn't hear his enemy's answer.
Physical resistance 3. Ayy. Oh my goodness.
What was the point of this gate? Did he think no one would notice the lever? Renato had been focusing all his energies on the Sky Ripper. If Calaveras could not fix it, he'd be out of options. He would have to assault the Imperial fleet empty-handed.
Come on. There we go. Ooh, ore. New ability time. Time mastery. Freeze time for everyone but Renardo when countering attack at the last second. Must a few seconds. Wait. What do I want? Let's do this one. Oh, this is your house.
Calaveras had never let him down.
Yeah, of course I can make it work better.
But when Renardo explained about the strings, Calaveras grew thoughtful.
Oh, strings, you say? Well, the Arcana do speak of the ties that bind the world.
He drew many intricate symbols in the dirt.
Yeah, so, according to my calculations, each time you fire, I'm afraid there's a 1 in 120 chance you'll destroy the universe.
That's pretty good odds. That's like rolling, what, 21 dice and they all come up 6. What are the odds of that?
What? No! It's more like 2.716s in a row.
Anyway, with those odds, it won't happen if I use it just once.
What? No. That's so not right. Each time you use it... Okay, look. Just don't use it ever. At all, okay?
All right, I guess.
As he sailed away from the mountains, Renardo could see clouds darkening. Rain? No. Ships. Imperial ships, swarming thick as bees.
This was it. The big battle. They could not afford to lose this one. What if it did not go well? What if he had to use the Sky Ripper? Could he gamble the universe? On the other hand, what were the odds of rolling 21 sixes in a row? The battle was not going spectacularly well. What had the rebels been thinking? They'd been thinking he would bring the Sky Ripper, or the Iblis Stone, or that he'd sideline Zenobia somehow, or turn her. Couldn't he use the Sky Ripper just once? After all, if chances were 1 in 128, that meant he'd for sure be okay the first time. They'd get worse each time he used it, but the first time would be okay, right? He wasn't sure that it was right. So he didn't fire the Sky Ripper. He just brought it along, in case.
Yes. The just in case I'm bringing along a weapon of mass destruction. You know how it works.
The
I have
mysterious
this.
sword from the east made you so fast you could catch a fly with your chopsticks. If that's what you really wanted.
Ooh, where are we? Shield Breaker 2. Ooh. Ooh, ah. Oh.
Someone had told him the odds didn't change just because you'd had a streak of good luck. His gut told him that was wrong, though. And he always listened to his gut. On the other hand, 128 chances to win, but one of them he'd destroy the universe. Ooh, that seemed a bit serious. Maybe he could defeat the Emperor without firing the Skyripper. Maybe he could bluff, but with a real weapon. Like in cards, when you had 3 knaves but pretended you had a fistbin. Well, that could work.
Give me the ore. I need to upgrade my weapons.
No skateboarding, the sign said.
I have a feeling this time we're absolutely gonna fire it. Hey, new skill. Button mashing! No! Oh damn.
He set up the Skyripper and let it warm up.
It's
He
like
would
a small
bluff if he had
Death
to.
Star? Oh god.
Zenobia came out, flanked by a very daunting platoon of ravens. You won't actually use that, she said in that annoying, I know everything because I'm a cat and you know nothing because you're just a fox voice she had. Or I know the odds. Good. Because there's a real chance you could destroy the universe. No, not the first time I use it. The odds are too low. What? No. Yeah, sure. The first time, the odds are practically nothing. They only go up if I use it a bunch more times. No, but that's not how odds work. Didn't you pay attention in class? Now surrender, or I'll use it. Just once, he said. Don't.
He felt sure the odds were with him. You have to go with his gut. That's what heroes do. Fire, he said. Please? The Skyripper fired. With a tremendous whoosh, the Emperor's flagship went up in flames. It was awesome. And then he noticed.
There was a hole in the air. A blackness, like a tear in a parchment. Wind was blowing into it, widening it. It grew larger, and even larger. Crates fell upwards into it, and the world itself seemed bent, like the reflection on a curved mirror, as it poured into the ravenous hole. Ah, 1 in 128. What are the odds? Thought Renardo, and then everything fell into the hole and was gone.
And just like that, he was alive again. And back on the Farfarer, still fleeing burning Ubar. The book was still open before him. So, the book was a portal. It took you to the future, when your destinies would branch. He had failed and died 3 times, but he'd learned another true thing. The core was powerful, but dangerous if used improperly.
New story completed. Story number 21, The Sky Rover's Guide to the Galaxy. What kind of hero are you? A hero who is willing to risk space, time, and the universe, and everything in the odds are in his favor. If the odds are in his favor, reward 5 fire essence. New truth revealed. The Sky Ripper core is unstable. Tier 4 skills are now unlocked. Story number 21, The Sky Rover's Guide to the Galaxy. Find the armature, find the core, meet the scientists, meet Calaverse. The Sky Ripper, their legendary weapon, had banished the gods themselves. Renardo assembled the super weapon, but even a hothead like him knew he should deal carefully with such an ancient and powerful artifact. So he consulted with the experts who warned him that the weapon could destroy the very fabric of space and time. It was a question of probability, 1 chance in 128 to destroy the universe. Well, for Renardo, it meant 127 chances to destroy the Empire. He liked those odds, so he fired the Sky Ripper just once. Just once. A hole in space-time ripped open and swallowed the entire universe. What kind of hero are you? A hero who is willing to risk space, time, and the universe, and everything in the odds of his favor. So we have 1 in each now.
But he was starting to feel like he was getting the hang of this. There was a way through to victory. He could feel it. He just had to keep running the path of Destinies. With that, the book fluttered back to the beginning, and he fell into it. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer.
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renardo. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course, Renardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renardo really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Find the temple. The rebellion was out of time and Renardo needed a game changer. The mysterious temple had risen out of the desert. The Emperor has sent his ravens to search for the Iblis stone. The ancient artifact may contain the power to bring down the Empire. Yes.
The island was windswept desert. No one went there except ostriches and ostrich hunters.
The Iblis stone. It sounded ominous. It sounded powerful. If the Emperor was searching for it, it must be dangerous.
And so, Renardo went ostrich hunting.
To the desert!
Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away.
Were all these things the Iblis stone? Long hidden in the buried temple? Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now? Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals?
Get the Iblis stone. I will, mayhaps, probably. Before I go, do I want to put on any new gems?
The air here tasted bitter. The steps were too tall for a person. The entire place felt restless, like it had been vexed to nightmare under the dust.
waiting for its hour to come around at last.
Button machine! Button machine! Fuck.
The ravens were already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. Then he hadn't come too late.
Okay, let's see. I have one skill point. More stamina. Yeah, sure,
Cool.
let's run faster.
Wish I could do that.
Oh my god. Yay.
He needed some way to break the ice with this wall, so to speak.
Find the stone. You have been chosen in this critical mission for your ability to follow orders to the letter without question. Do not believe the naysayers. Your score in the intelligence test is only proof that you are better geared than anyone else to follow orders. Take pride in knowing that I, your emperor, have handpicked you for this mission. Follow the instructions to the letter. Always travel in pairs. Do not look at the engravings in the wall. Do not lose the heretic box. When you find the stone, immediately place it in the box and seal the box. If you hear a voice in your head, ignore it. Remember, the temple is haunted, obviously. This is an old temple dedicated to an old evil god. There were blood sacrifices. Of course it would be haunted. Ignore the voice in your head. Remember, ghosts cannot hurt you, but they will try to confuse you. When you hear a voice, take the drowsy pill. If you meet another soldier with the stone and it is not in the heretic box, immediately spray them with the drowsy gas. Find the stone, put it in the box, seal the box, and most importantly of all, find the stone.
He was practically sure he'd find something useful in one of these things.
Running out of pockets. Open 50 small chests.
These were no ordinary cannonballs. For one thing, ordinary cannonballs were black.
keep hurting myself. So, I have a feeling the stone is gonna possess us.
Imagine if you built a house on one of these things. Oh, that would be amazing. It would be like having a boat.
Yes!
Once you try it, you're hooked.
Critical chance. Ooh. Critical chance, yeah, chance to deal double damage.
Reynardo was running out of ideas.
Zenobia loved him to death. The Sky Ripper destroyed everything. And Lapino was a filthy traitor. Using a stone named for an evil god seemed, unwise. But what else was there?
Purple door. Gotcha. Lever, okay.
The new pathway made Reynardo curious.
Whew. Shield breaker, level 3. Ooh.
Can you guys actually tell each other apart? Something name tags.
The Ravens at least could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with Tomb Raiders.
I'm so close, yet so far. Ooh, lava. That's great. Everyone loves lava.
Reynardo hated cannon traps. Also, who reloaded these things anyway? He never figured that part out.
Are
It
you
was
the
a
stone?
stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid.
Oh god.
Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and Reynardo wasn't sure he really wanted to be Emperor. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god, torn out by the transcendent emperor to power his greatest weapon. It's the core, said the stone anxiously.
Blood and death for Iblis. The Iblis stone, it promised great power in exchange for the blood of Zenobia, who was once close to Renardo, but she was also the Emperor's only daughter and greatest general. If it meant gaining power enough to turn the tide of the war and even defeat the Emperor, it might be worth the sacrifice. Even without the armature, the core had power. The Iblis stone, it promised great power in exchange for blood of Zenobia, and was once close to Renardo. But could Renardo really kill Zenobia? If she was the Emperor's greatest general, maybe Renardo could instead get the Skyreaper's core. The Iblis stone did not seem to like the idea at all. Was it afraid of the power of the core? I kind of want to do this one.
The stone bothered him. He hated being told what to do. Wasn't that why he joined the rebellion? Wasn't that why he'd refused to be a soldier? He'd agreed to come on board only if he could freelance.
The stone felt a bit clingy. The sage Calaveras had told him where to find the Skyreaper, a weapon capable of challenging the gods. Even without its armature, the core would still possess great power.
He would go there. The moment he landed the Farfarer, Renardo had a rare feeling of regret. It's not too late, he thought. He could turn around and sail for Zenobia's island. He frowned. Wait a minute. He didn't want to kill Zenobia, did he? Sure, technically she was the enemy, but they'd been at Sword Food School together. They'd never been lovers, but somehow they'd been closer. She'd told him every secret about herself. Except the biggest one. That she was the Emperor's daughter. No. Kill Zenobia, whispered the stone. Before it's too late.
Dear Zenobia, the director of the academy has told me how much he was impressed by your academic performance and leadership. Somehow I doubt this was a session of bootlicking. I have seen plenty of those. The old toad is sincere. I am proud of you, my daughter. You will make a fine empress one day. On my end, great news. Professor Calveras has been studying the Nexus, and he has made a bold observation. That toad is a true genius. You know how that island is unique, constantly changing, new crystalline formations appearing, island fragments merging, splitting, slowly drifting, held together by some invisible threads. Professor Calaveras is convinced those changes are not random, but rather indicative of the living nature of the islands. He has observed that certain changes to the Nexus follow or sometimes precede a turbulence of another island, landslide, quake, flood. The Nexus seems to resonate with those events. Maybe the islands are a hive mind and the Nexus is the brain? In any case, I am funding a permanent scientific observation in the Nexus. It will attract the Empire's greatest minds. With Professor Calveras at the helm, I anticipate a great age of enlightenment for the Empire. With love, Father. My love? Oh my god, that's your daughter, dude. Fuck off, you guys.
Renardo had learned so much. It was time to turn it into something he could use.
Ooh, what's this? Elemental resistance. Yay! We finally got it.
Oh my god.
Kill them all!
Renardo danced around the room yelling,
Oh yeah, that's how we do it.
it was something he liked to do, but only after he'd killed all the witnesses.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Hero wall, hero sword, firewall, fire extinguisher. You almost never saw wild gogglers together like this. The toads had to train them not to peck each other to death. So these had to be Imperial gogglers. That meant ravens were up ahead. Oh, this really didn't have much in the way of safety features, did it?
Another fire door.
Hey! Hey! I'm a firefox, thought Renardo.
How dare you? Ooh. Critical chance level 3. Hell yeah.
Don't look down, he thought.
The stone hadn't lied about what it could do for him. With each raven he cut down, he felt a jolt of power flowing into his arm. "You're weak," whispered the stone. "The call will kill you." "Are you afraid of it?" "Don't be ridiculous," it chuckled. But it's unstable. It will poison you if so much as carry it, and if you try to use it, it will explode catastrophically. Renardo did not trust rocks that talked in his head. He went onwards.
Smashing things was fun.
Five crows and the fox pick the feathers of 500? Oh my god.
This one looked familiar. Had he lost this one in a card game? Welcome back, he thought.
I wonder what's gonna happen. Because there's the possibility that the what is it? The Iblis Stone is legitimately afraid
This
of.
couldn't be good for global warming.
Don't interrupt me. As I was saying, there's a possibility that Iblis Stone is legitimately afraid of the core, but there's also the possibility that it is just fucking with us, and it's like, ahaha, I tricked you. I wanted you to get the stone. And it's like, no! Perfect strike. Attack immediately when the previous attack hits to land a perfect strike. Bonus damage and double combo.
This was way better than being able to shrink down to the size of an ant.
What was that all about, anyway?
Yeah. Ooh, I'm getting better.
As he approached the core, the stone became hysterical. No, it's too much power. We will rip a hole in space and time.
He had a sudden vision of plunging his gauntlet into the core and dying in anguish. That wasn't his vision, was it? The stone had sent him its darkest fears, hadn't it? He had a sudden impulse to do exactly that. He raised his right fist and plunged it into the core. There was a rush of light. He thought he could hear the stone screaming. And then he passed out.
When Renato came to, the core was gone. But the Iblis stone was no longer black, but glowing with a blue light. And it was silent. "I can't hear you," he sang out. And, "You?" It didn't answer. "Ha!" he said. He had defeated the demonic gem with the power of his mind. He felt invincible. It was time to attack the Imperial outpost on the Nexus. Take the battle to the enemy. But among the huge crystals, there was also an observatory. A wise man would probably ask the scientists exactly what he had first. How wise was he?
It never hurts to ask for advice. You can always ignore it. Renato was able to science the Iblis stone using the Sky Ripper core, yet the power it gave him was intact. It would be wise to understand what he had done. The scientists at the Nexus would have answers. Take the battle to the enemy. Renato was able to science the Iblis stone using the Sky Ripper core, yet the power it gave him was intact. What was it about not looking a gift horse in the mouth? Maybe it was time to use this power to turn the tide. Destroying the enemy outpost on the Nexus would be a great first step. I wonder what I should do. Oh my god, there's so many stories.
As
I want
the
info.
Starfarer made its way toward the Nexus, Renato watched sparks fly out of the core. The Iblis stone sucked them in hungrily. You'd think the stone would want this kind of power, wouldn't it? Thought Renato. Well, the scientists would explain it all.
This time, Renato was sure he'd figured out how to use the core safely.
See? He'd trusted his gut, and it had worked out. That's what it meant to be a hero. To ignore the naysayers and the odd-makers, and do what you knew was right, and have it turn out to be the right thing. Well, he wasn't worried. Once he got to the observatory, the scientist toads could explain it. Then he could carry the war into the enemy's camp and destroy them all. Oh dear, he was getting a little bloodthirsty, wasn't he?
I don't know. It feels too good to be true. I'm thinking this is what the Iblis stone wanted, and it's just like, haha. You thought you purified me. Well, in actuality, you damned yourself.
Sometimes, Renato really hated inanimate objects.
Who doesn't? Like, have you never stubbed your toe on something? and then go like, fuck you, and then hit it. Because I've done it before. Like, you did that on purpose. If I remember, this just leads back, right? Yeah, I want to go blue
Hoped his
door.
hook didn't break.
Death to traitors! Lord the Raven.
Fuck me, I'm so bad at this.
Renato remembered when he'd first stolen one of these. Good times.
Stealing isn't good. Ah, we've already read this one. Okay. Here. Here. Come on! Ooh. Button mashing always works. Except for Hollow Knight. Ooh. Button mashing did not work for me
Renato
there.
had never felt better in his life. Normally, a battle would wear him down and he would need a night's sleep. Now he felt like he could go all night and all day. He felt like people were cheering him on, and he could practically hear their applause as he slew one raven after another.
That doesn't seem good. I don't know why that doesn't seem good, but it does not seem good. That he's excited to be like, I'm killing people, yay! I'm like, Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
The Imperial fleet was closing in on the rebels, forcing them to come out and fight. Renato was itching to bring the fight to the enemy. He had to remind himself not to be too reckless.
How am I Jimmy Jams? Like a projectile, goddamn. Critical chance. Increasing spell damage, ooh.
put a railing on this thing, he thought.
Oh my god. Yeah. Button mashing.
That done beautifully. Bard when you needed one.
The toads at the observatory measured the stone with their occult devices. I fed it the core of Sky Ripper, explained Renato. No more feed me blood and souls.
But the core is not an unlimited energy source,
Said one toad. Another said,
there's a feedback loop, you see, which could overload the stone. The stone doesn't actually feed on souls,
claimed a third.
but on pain of killing another sentient being. If you can truly be at peace with yourself, it would not overload.
This was all very confusing. At peace? Yes, the mountains were peaceful and quiet, but he now had the power to turn the tides. He should report to the Rebellion Council and prepare for the decisive battle.
At peace, yes, that almost makes sense. The core was protecting Bernardo from the Iblis Stone's dark influence, but too much killing would overload it. He had to find inner peace to maintain balance, but overloading the core did not sound reassuring. Maybe Bernardo could try to find peace real quick, then go back into fray in time to save the rebellion to the mountains he would need to go. At peace, no, the rebellion depended on him. The core was protecting Bernardo from the Iblis Stone's dark influence, but too much killing would overload it. He had to find inner peace to maintain balance. But finding peace takes time, and the rebellion was running out of time. Bernardo had to focus on the mission. He had to save the rebellion while there was still a rebellion to save. The rebellion base, now. Peace!
The one thing he understood from all the toad arguments. Maybe the stone did not feed on blood, or souls, or rage. It fed on empathy. It fed on the pain he felt when he put an end to another being's existence. Even if that other being was a raven intent on killing him. If he could find peace, then he could use the power of the Iblis Stone without being taken over by its evil. The mountains. He would go to the mountains. He could find peace there. Unfortunately, the mountains were not empty. There were ravens everywhere. No matter. He had to fight, yes, but he didn't have to be angry. Parry, dodge, slash, and breathe. Yes, focus on the rhythm, the dance of it, not on the blood or the raven's core as they died. Ah, it was working. He wasn't feeling those dark jolts of eldritch energy. He wasn't feeding the Iblis Stone.
That had gone rather well, actually.
Why do I have a feeling this isn't actually gonna work? And the Ibris Stone is totally gonna clean up dust.
That is how we do it, said Reynardo to himself.
So we just gotta focus on peace and love, okay? Peace and love, baby. Hey, yeah. Here's my question. Why does this...
The road less traveled, thought Reynardo. How intriguing.
Where do I go? That's what I've always wondered. Where the hell do I go there?
Imagine getting a horse up in one of these things. He will be cursing a blue streak.
The stone was still silent. His mind was his own, and his heart too. He bore them no ill will, these ravens. They were doing their job. They were expressing their nature. Dance, whirl, parry, jab, and breathe. It was all so simple, wasn't it? But something was missing. He didn't feel truly at peace. Wait. Wasn't this near where Calaveras lived? The sage would help him figure it all out.
Reynardo was
magic?
remembering all his old tricks, and some new ones. Now, he really ought to ask for a raise.
Oh my god. Fuck off.
Nothing gets your blood pumping like a bit of killing.
Attack speed. Ooh. on! Kill them all!
Ravens didn't smell any better dead, Renato thought.
Are you smelling people? It's weird. It's weird, dude. Going on up. Ba-ba-da-da-da.
What's behind door number 2?
A bunch of angry ravens. Probably. I don't fucking know. Whee! Have we read this before? Ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, we've read this before.
Say, how do you guys fix for life insurance?
Fuck. Piss off, you crows.
Next time, bring more birds.
Oh my goodness. I know they're ravens, but I'm calling them crows now. Treasure Hunter level 3. Elemental Resistance level 3. Ooh.
See? With enough leverage, you could go anywhere. The Iblis Stone, silenced by the Sky Ripper's core, had given Renato enough power to challenge the Imperial fleet. But what Renato was seeking was inner peace. The rebellion was on the verge of extinction, but it would have to wait.
Do you think the professor, when we get there, is gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about, inner peace? People are dying. I was like, but inner peace, sir. It's like, no! No inner peace right now. You could do that after the war. Okay, let's see. Getting stronger. Kick and throw distancer. Increase. Let's see. Dash through enemies. Target an enemy with dash to move through them and cause damage. Does not work on shield wielding. Enemies at a distance. Auto activates when you reach a certain combo. Sure. I'm no rookie. Remember your old talents by spending 15 skill points. Hey! What's up?
At the end of the mountain path, he found the wise Calaveras in his workshop. To fix souls or only artifacts? He asked the sage.
Does your soul need fixing?
Asked the sage. I've been killing a lot of ravens lately, he told the sage.
You're a fox,
said Calaveras.
And to kill birds is part of your nature. Take joy in it. I mean, I might as well worry about eating flies. Would you like a fly?
It was true. That's what he had forgotten. The joy. Now he was ready for the final battle. The Farfarer cut through the clouds. The air had never felt so sweet since he was a child. There it was. The dreaded Imperial fleet. He could smell wet hemp ropes ahead, wood and tar, and ravens. Even the fleet smelt good, somehow. He was ready. He was ready.
Okay.
Reynardo had it all squared away in his head. He would kill the Emperor. Isengrim III had begun well, but he had gone mad. He was trying to invoke the lost gods by means of dark, blasphemous rituals. That was a secret. But the victims had spoken to Reynardo. The ghosts had spoken. No anger. Reynardo could not afford anger. It was empowering the crystal in his sword. That made him stronger, but it clouded his mind. He would not be a hero. A hero strives. Reynardo would just be one with everything. The Emperor would die, and the wheel would turn, and all would be restored without rancor, without sorrow, without pain.
Something tells me that's not going to work out, but okay. Increases attack speed by 10%. Energy on kill, I like that one. Physical resistance and shield breaker. I like all of those. Okay, ice or water? Well, we got the ice. I mean, oh my god, ice or wind. Jesus Christ, brain. We got Winterhone second. Or Winterthorn, sorry. So, current level, while attacking freeze enemies. Next level, level 2, also freezes all surrounding enemies.
Wow. The sword felt even colder. There was a pleasant breeze coming through that door. Had it been closed before?
Right now, the only thing I can think of is how is everything gonna go wrong? Because it keeps going like, only think of peace and love, dude. And it's like, sorry to tell you this, but every other story has ended with her death somehow, so I'm assuming this one won't be that different. I'm sorry to be negative.
The more he thought about it, and he had so much more time to think about it now that he was not worrying about the battle, killing the Emperor would not change anything. Another would take his place. Perhaps Zenobia. Perhaps the Speaker of the Rebel Council, and power would corrupt them too, and death would make grief, and grief would lead to hatred. He must lead by example. Reject the violence. Reject the desire to create violence. But how?
Button machine! Thank you. Heal up.
There was an inscription. No spitting.
What does that even mean? Hiya!
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Funny that this whole war had come about because the Emperor feared death. And now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there?
Finally, he came to the Emperor's ship.
Karma is a shiny
The
stone.
path behind him was strewn with dead ravens. The path to enlightenment. His mistake, he realized, was trying to change the world. The world would spin and the wheel would revolve whether he strove against it or not. What he had to do was nothing. He had attained enlightenment. He sat down, adopted a full lotus position, and began to meditate. And all around him, the warriors stopped fighting too. They knew. They could feel his enlightenment. They gave up fighting, dropped their weapons, and became his disciples.
Okay.
No, just kidding. The nearest raven stabbed him with a sword and then chopped off his head.
Okay,
I
good.
might not have thought this through properly. Thought Renado's head as it rolled around the deck and died. Oh, damn it. He lost again and died. But there was burning Ubar behind him. He still had all his destinies ahead of him. But he'd learned another true thing. The Iblis Stone was evil. It would try to corrupt anyone who used it.
New story completed. Story number 15. Return of the Hippie. What kind of hero are you? A hero who transcends being here to become one with everything. Reward. Level up. Oh. New truth revealed. The Iblis Stone corrupts anyone who uses it. Reward. +2 levels. Yay! Four truths unlocked. So, what do I do now? Do I just keep going until I find the right story? Corrupts anyone who uses it. Don't think twice. Actually, I think that'll be it for today, seeing as we're hitting the 4-hour mark. Reaching it all on save. I hope this is saved. Yes, please. Ooh, I can view my stories. Oh, okay. Okay. So that will be all for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful time. If you're watching on Twitch and you like what you see, maybe consider following the channel because it helps out a lot. And if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, please consider commenting, and subscribing. With all that said and done, thank you again for watching, and I will see all you wonderful people next time. Be safe, everybody.